Here we have a transmission from a 2006 Acura MDX. Customer was complaining transmission actually just would start slipping. What we found when we took it apart, looks like this transmission has had a breach in the cooler. So coolant got into the transmission and actually mixed with the transmission fluid. What happens when the fluid mixes? Basically, will start to delaminate clutch components. Fluid with the delamination of the clutch components, basically transmission will start slipping. This one actually was puking fluid out of the overflow for the radiator. So not only did coolant get into the transmission, but also transmission fluid went into the cooling system and actually raised coolant system level up to a point where it was coming out of the radiator overflow. You can see here's the case itself, and you can even see where the antifreeze had separated in the transmission fluid. So this transmission is going to require obviously rebuilding. Going to check. Some of these transmissions are prone for the clearance of the bearing to the case to be excessive, which can create an issue where it's not supporting the shafts. These shafts ride in these bearings in the case. If those shafts aren't supported correctly, it can cause other damage. So once this transmission is rebuilt, we'll be also putting in different friction materials. We're going to need to address the radiator, but we will have a transmission that ultimately is more reliable than the original one. This vehicle was pretty difficult to get apart. You can see when you start getting some of these older vehicles, rust and corrosion can make disassembly somewhat of a challenge. So we were able to get everything apart. Going to have some hardware that's going to need to be replaced, but for the most part, the removal process went fairly smoothly.